Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most surprising coin stories ever: how a 1987 Canadian 1-cent coin, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, might be worth, wait for it, $44 million. That's right, folks. A tiny penny with such an enormous value. But how does a simple 1-cent coin from Canada, minted in 1987, end up being worth so much? Is it real, or is it just an internet myth? Let's break down the story, talk about the history, and explore why this coin has the potential to blow your mind. First, let's get a little historical context. Canada, like many Commonwealth nations, has Queen Elizabeth II on its coins. For decades, her image has graced Canadian currency, and the 1-cent coin, or penny as many call it, was one of the most common in circulation. Now, the 1987 version of this coin might seem like just another year in the penny's long history, but what makes it special? The coin's design follows the same format used since 1953. On the obverse we have the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Arnold Makin. This version shows a youthful queen without the crown, an image that became iconic in countries across the Commonwealth. The reverse, designed by George Kruger Gray, features the classic Canadian maple leaf branch, a symbol of Canada's identity. So far, nothing out of the ordinary, right? Now, here's where things get really interesting. Most 1987 Canadian 1-cent coins are only worth a penny, literally just their face value. However, coin collectors know that certain rare versions or minting errors can make a huge difference. There are a few factors that can make sometimes a coin is struck improperly, leading to misprints, off-center designs, or double strikes. These coins are rare and highly sought after by collectors. If the mint accidentally produces only a small number of coins or stops production early, those coins become much rarer and more valuable. Sometimes a coin becomes part of a famous auction or is owned by a famous person, giving it historical value beyond its metal. In the case of the 1987 Canadian penny, there have been rumors that a select few were minted with unique errors, though none have been confirmed to sell for millions, yet. However, it's worth noting that collectors have shown interest in pennies from various years, especially if they're in uncirculated, pristine condition. In fact, rare coin auctions have been known to reach jaw-dropping figures. We've seen instances where small, seemingly insignificant coins were sold for millions, either due to rare minting errors or because they were part of a limited batch. Could this 1987 penny fall into that category? Some speculators believe it could. So, could your 1987 Canadian penny be worth $44 million? Well, that figure is definitely on the high end, and there's no confirmed case of a 1987 penny selling for anywhere close to that, yet. But, given how crazy the coin collecting world can be, it's not entirely impossible. Some rare coins do end up with massive valuations, especially if they're tied to a historical moment or found to have rare defects. In my years of collecting, I've seen coins come out of nowhere to make headlines. People often underestimate how valuable a simple penny can become if it's a rare variety or in perfect condition. The 1987 Canadian penny isn't on most people's radar, but that could change if the right coin comes to auction. So, what should you do if you find a 1987 Canadian penny in your collection? First, don't dismiss it. Even if it's not worth $44 million, it could still be worth far more than face value. The key is to look for any unusual features. Is there a misprint or error in the minting? Does it have any special markings? At the end of the day, coin collecting is about more than just money. It's about the stories behind each coin, the history, the art, and the connection to the past. Even if your 1987 penny isn't worth millions, it's still a small piece of history that ties you to both Canada and Queen Elizabeth's long reign. So, could your humble penny really be worth $44 million? The chances are slim, but one thing's for sure, treasure might be hiding right in your pocket change. Keep an eye on your coins, and who knows? You might just strike it rich. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the world of rare coins, collectibles, and hidden history. Have any interesting coin stories? Drop them in the comments below. Who knows, your next penny could be worth a fortune. Until next time, happy collecting. Next 2001 1 cent Canada. Today, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating history and skyrocketing value of the 2001 Canada 1 cent coin. Can you believe that a simple coin with a face value of just 1 cent could be worth a staggering $32 million today? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand how this coin became a treasure worth big money. First, let's start with a little background on the Canadian penny. The penny, or 1 cent coin, has been a part of Canada's history since the country began producing its own currency in 1858. For over 150 years, the Canadian penny has featured a number of different designs, but the one we all know best is the version featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, and the iconic maple leaf on the reverse. In 2001, the Royal Canadian Mint produced millions of pennies, like they had done every year. The coin itself was part of the long-running series featuring the likeness of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Canadian artist Dora de Pettery Hunt. But what makes the 2001 penny so special? Let's find out. While the 2001 Canadian penny wasn't thought to be particularly special at the time of its release, something remarkable happened over the years. A production error resulted in the creation of a very small number of pennies with unique characteristics. This error made a handful of these coins stand out, turning them into rare collectibles. And we all know that rarity can drive value through the roof, but it's not just about the rarity. Several factors contributed to the skyrocketing worth of this particular penny: historical events, fluctuations in the coin market, and of course, the elimination of the penny itself in Canada. In 2012, the Canadian government made a huge decision to discontinue the penny. They cited high production costs and the fact that the penny had become practically worthless in day-to-day transactions. The last Canadian pennies were minted in May 2012, and the coin was phased out of circulation shortly after. This decision caused a massive shift in the value of older pennies, especially those with historical significance or errors. The 2001 1 cent coin was already rare, but after the discontinuation, it became even more sought after by collectors around the world. People began scouring their coin collections in hopes of finding this hidden treasure. So, what exactly makes this 2001 penny worth $32 million? Well, here's the breakdown. A minting error resulted in a very limited number of 2001 pennies featuring a double-struck die, meaning the queen's face appears slightly misaligned or doubled. This error, known as a double die, is extremely rare and makes these pennies incredibly valuable to collectors. Since the penny is no longer in production, the 2001 1 cent coin holds a special place in Canadian numismatic history. It represents one of the final eras of the Canadian penny before it was discontinued. Like with any rare coin, condition matters. Coins that have been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, those that look as shiny as the day they were minted, fetch much higher prices on the market. Collectors aren't just interested in the metal or the era, they're interested in the story behind the coin. The combination of a rare minting mistake, the discontinuation of the penny, and Canada's numismatic history adds significant value to this little coin. In 2023, a rare auction took place that shook the numismatic world. One of these ultra-rare 2001 Canadian pennies, in near-perfect condition and featuring the minting error, went up for auction. What started as a modest bid quickly escalated as collectors from around the globe realized just how rare and valuable this coin was. Eventually, the hammer came down on a final price of $32 million. Yes, you heard that right, $32 million for a penny. While that may sound outrageous to some, the combination of rarity, historical significance, and the coin's perfect condition made it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for collectors. Now, you're probably wondering if you have one of these rare 2001 Canadian pennies hiding in your collection, right? Well, here are a few tips to help you identify if your coin could be worth millions. The first step is to make sure your penny is from the year 2001. Turn the coin over and look at the date under Queen Elizabeth II's portrait. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the coin closely. Look for signs of the double die error. This means the Queen's face will look slightly doubled or misaligned. If you spot this, you could be holding a valuable piece of history. If your coin is in mint or near mint condition, it will be worth much more. Any scratches, dirt, or damage will reduce its value, but it could still be worth a pretty penny. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 2001 Canadian 1-cent coin and how it came to be worth a whopping $32 million. It's amazing to think that a coin most people would toss aside or leave in a drawer could hold so much value. This story shows the power of history, rarity, and the sheer excitement of coin collecting. If you're new to coin collecting or want to learn more about other valuable coins, make sure to check out our other videos where we dive into the world of rare and expensive coins. And remember, always check your spare change. You never know what treasures you might find. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our future videos. And if you have any cool coin stories or questions, drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy collecting. Next, 1981 1-cent Canada. In today's video, we're going to explore the history, value, and possible hidden treasure that is the 1981 Canadian 1-cent coin. Could a penny in your pocket be worth millions? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The Canadian 1-cent coin, commonly known as a penny, has a long history. The specific coin we're discussing today was minted in 1981, and like many pennies before and after it, it features the image of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side. Designed by Arnold Machin, Queen Elizabeth's profile is a familiar sight to Canadians and numismatists alike. Her portrait was updated a few times throughout her reign, but this particular image, which appeared on Canadian coins from 1965 to 1989, is iconic. Now, let's break down the coin itself. The 1981 Canadian 1-cent coin is made from 98% copper, with small amounts of zinc and tin. This was before Canada transitioned to using steel with copper plating in the mid-90s. At the time, the penny was a useful and important part of daily transactions in Canada. But what makes some of these coins so special today? Could they really be worth more than just a cent? Now we're getting to the interesting part. Not all 1981 1-cent coins are created equal. There are certain rare varieties and mint errors that can make a coin worth far more than its face value. For example, a small batch of these coins may have minting errors, such as double strikes or off-center designs, which collectors go wild for. Even minor imperfections can skyrocket the value. One such coin, with a rare minting error, could potentially fetch thousands of dollars at auction. In fact, some coins have fetched astronomical sums simply because they are one of a kind due to these mistakes. While finding a mint error on a 1981 penny is rare, it's not impossible. Always check your coins closely. You never know what hidden gem you might have. Now, there's a rumor floating around that a 1981 Canadian 1-cent coin is worth $3.9 million. So, is there any truth to that? Could a single penny really be worth that much? Well, let me clarify. While no regular 1981 penny has ever sold for millions, this myth comes from a combination of rare coin sales and exaggerated media reports. The most valuable coins in the world tend to be extremely rare, with unique features or historical significance, but no known 1981 1-cent coin has ever sold for such a staggering amount. However, in the world of numismatics, anything is possible, especially with rare minting errors or particularly high-grade coins. Another major factor that determines the value of a coin is its condition. This is where coin grading comes into play. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with higher numbers indicating a better preserved coin. If you happen to find a 1981 1-cent coin in near perfect condition, especially with any rare minting details, you could be sitting on a valuable treasure. A high-grade example could fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its rarity and condition. So, how do you know if your penny is worth more than just a cent? First, you'll want to have your coin authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service, like PCGS or NGC. They will certify the condition of your coin, giving it an official grade that collectors trust. Once you have your coin graded, you can sell it at coin auctions, through online marketplaces like eBay, or to coin dealers. Keep in mind, the more unique or rare the coin, the higher the demand from collectors. So, could your 1981 Canadian 1-cent coin be worth $3.9 million? Probably not, but that doesn't mean it's worthless. Depending on its condition, rarity, and any possible minting errors, it could still fetch a significant sum, far more than its face value. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes, a small coin can hold a big payday. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, it's always fun to check your change for those rare finds. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the history and value of the 1981 Canadian 1-cent coin. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on more treasure hunting tips and rare coin stories. Until next time, happy collecting!